What's up, football fans? Welcome back to another video, and it is time to have a look at the draw for the CAF Africa Cup of Nations. The tournament is scheduled to take place between the 21st of December 2025 and the 18th of January 2026. The groups were revealed earlier this week, and we're going to have a look at all 6 of them and potentially see who could come out as the winners. As you can see, Group A consists of Morocco, Mali, Zambia and Comoros, and I think this is going to be quite an exciting one because Morocco are one of the strongest sides in Africa, Mali are relatively strong, Zambia have had a decent history in AFCON, and Comoros are relatively weak, but you never know what could happen at these games, and I think Morocco and Mali could potentially be seed 1 and 2 in this group, and I think it's going to be them going right through. Players to look out for in Morocco are the likes of Hakim Ziyech and Achraf Hakimi, and we will find out if they will make the final squad. Hakimi usually is a mainstay, and he is one of the stars at PSG. Looking at Mali, we have some of the top stars, including Amadou Haidara and Yves Bissouma, who plays for Tottenham Hotspur. Zambian players to look out for are players such as Emmanuel Banda and Frankie Musonda, who plays down at Braintree Town. Some Comoros players to look out for are Faiz Selemani and Saeed Bakari. Over in Group B, we have an even juicier affair with Egypt, South Africa, Angola and Zimbabwe in this one, and the top 2 spots could be very tight. I think it could potentially be Egypt and South Africa. They do seem like the strongest sides. Coach Hugo Bruce has developed the South African side to be a lot better than they were before. Angola and Zimbabwe do stand a chance to come out in second though, but Egypt and South Africa are probably going to be fighting for that top spot, and you never know what could happen. An Egyptian player to look out for, well, players, would be Mohamed Salah, the Liverpool star, an Egyptian superstar as well, and then Omar Marmoush, the Eintracht Frankfurt player who just recently joined Man City for quite a high fee, and I think it's going to be exciting to see them taking on the likes of the other sides over here. South African players to look out for is obviously the player of the year, Ronwen Williams, and then we could add someone such as Percy Tau, who usually makes the side as well, and many other players who could make that side this year, and it's going to be exciting. Some Angolan players to look out for include Inacio Miguel, who plies his trade for Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa, as well as Lucas João, who plays for Persepolis. And then some Zimbabwean players to look out for is Marvelous Nakamba, a former Premier League player in the midfield, as well as Kama Billiard, who is a superstar in South African football, and he's just joined Scotland FC over in his home country. Group C consists of Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda and Tanzania, and this could be a very tight group, but I do see Nigeria and Tunisia possibly scraping through, with Uganda coming in with a fighting chance. Most Nigerian players are absolute superstars on the global scene, and to mention 2 players, we'll mention Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman as players to look out for. Some Tunisian players to look out for are former Manchester United player Hannibal Mabry and Ali Maloul, who is currently an Al Ahly defender. Some Ugandan players to look out for are Jamal Mutiaba and goalkeeper Ismail Watenga. Some Tanzanian players to look out for are Mbwana Samata and Taran Alarakia, who was born in England and plays for Rochdale. Group D consists of Senegal, DR Congo, Benin and Botswana, and I do believe this group is going to be won by either Senegal or DR Congo, and Botswana could come in third, with Benin probably finishing last. Also a country whose players are prominent all over the world, and 2 players to watch out for, of course, Sadio Mane and Kalidou Koulibaly, who ply their trade in the Saudi Pro League. Some DR Congo players to look at are Yohan Wissa as well as Chancel Mbamba. Some players from Benin to look out for are Junior Olaitan and Andreas Huntonji. Some players to look out for in the Botswana team are Gilbert Baruti, who plays for Jwaneng Galaxy, and Tatayo One Ditlokwe, the Kaizer Chiefs defender. Group E consists of Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea and Sudan, and I think Algeria will take this group, and they'll probably have a easy path to it, a 3 wins from 3 possibly. Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea and Sudan will fight for that second place, but this has to be Algeria's group. Algeria are one of the strongest sides in Africa, so their players are relatively well known overseas, but 2 players to look out for would be Riyad Mahrez and Houssem Aouar, who both ply their trade in the Saudi League. Burkina Faso's players to look out for would be the likes of Bertrand Traore and Edmond Tapsoba. Equatorial Guinea's 2 players to look out for would be Federico Bicoro and Josete Miranda. Two Sudanese players to look out for would be Mohamed Issa and Salah Adel. And the final group here in Group F, we have Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gabon, and Mozambique. And I think this one will definitely be between Ivory Coast and Cameroon. I'd be very shocked if Gabon or Mozambique had to challenge for first or second spot. Two players to look out for in the Ivory Coast side will definitely be Amad Diallo and Wilfred Zaha. Two Cameroon players to look out for would be Premier League stars Andre Onana and Brian Mbeumo. In the Gabon side, two players to look out for would be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Mario Lemina. Two players to look out for in the Mozambique side would be Edmilson Dav and Reinaldo, who plays for Atletico Madrid. That is it for the draw of the CAF Africa Cup of Nations 2025 in Morocco. I'll see you just before December when we could give our final predictions, and I would love to have you guys involved. As always, thank you so much for your view. If you enjoyed this one, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to interact with me because I would love to stay in touch with you as well.